Most gardeners spend years trying to create rich black soil, that crumbly earthy humus every plant dreams of sinking its roots into. But here's the truth. The secret to building that living gold isn't just compost piles or fertilizers, it's fungi. More specifically, the humble rotting fungi that break down wood, leaves and organic debris into humus-rich soil teeming with life. And the best part? You can easily encourage these hidden soil builders right in your garden. No fancy tools or expensive inoculants required. Let's uncover how to attract and feed the exact kind of fungi that turn dead material into living soil. When most gardeners think of soil fertility, bacteria usually steal the spotlight, but fungi, especially the decomposer kind, are the quiet giants that make everything work. They break down the tough fibrous materials that bacteria can't touch, like lignin and cellulose in wood, bark, and dry leaves. As they rot this material, they form humus, a stable, dark organic layer that holds nutrients, improves soil structure, and increases water retention like a sponge. In short, if bacteria make nutrients available fast, fungi make them last. They're the architects of long-term soil health, binding soil particles together into a soft, airy structure that roots absolutely love. Fungi don't grow just anywhere. They thrive in specific conditions. To get them working for you, you need to create their perfect environment, moist, shaded, and full of dead organic matter. Start by layering organic materials like shredded bark, leaf mold, or old straw on your garden beds. Keep these layers moist but not soggy. Think of a wrung-out sponge. Avoid compacting the material. Fungi need air pockets to breathe and spread their fine thread-like networks called hyphae. You'll notice white, gray, or even yellowish strands forming on decomposing wood or under your mulch. That's fungal mycelium at work. When you see that, you're on the right path. If you want to speed things up, you can create a simple fungal activator, a homemade brew that encourages rot and attracts decomposer fungi naturally. Here's how to make it. You'll need 1 gallon or about 4 liters of non-chlorinated water. Rainwater works best, honestly. Add 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses. This feeds beneficial microbes and helps the fungi colonize faster. Next, toss in 1 handful of leaf mold or forest soil. Desinventradatades. Indesendekan bon. Dusendatadrodon poldonads. The right kind of fungal spores, and finally 1 tablespoon of liquid seaweed or kelp extract, which adds those trace minerals fungi really love. Just mix it all in a bucket, give it a good stir, and let it sit for about 24 hours in the shade. Then, use it to drench your mulch layer or compost pile, especially over any woody materials. You'll want to repeat this every 2 weeks until you see visible fungal growth. Those white threads or mats under the surface. This fungal tea really jump-starts decomposition and helps your garden mimic the rich, earthy floor of a forest where humus naturally forms. So, fungi don't really thrive on green materials like fresh grass or kitchen scraps. They're actually specialists at digesting the tough stuff, things like wood chips, twigs, sawdust, dry leaves, and even shredded cardboard. These high-carbon materials, well, they give fungi exactly what they need. A slow-release source of energy and the structure they need to spread their mycelium. You might want to try mixing these materials into your compost or just layering them as a top mulch. Over time, the fungi will start to weave through, breaking everything down into a dark, crumbly substance that, honestly, smells just like the heart of a forest. That's humus in the making, and it's really the foundation of living soil. If you're using wood chips, it's best to choose partially aged ones instead of freshly cut wood. Fresh chips can temporarily tie up nitrogen during decomposition, while aged ones are already beginning to host fungal life. Moisture is really the lifeline of fungal activity. Dry conditions just stop them cold, while too much water can actually suffocate them. So, to maintain ideal fungal growth, keep your soil and mulch damp to the touch. If you live in a dry area, it's a good idea to lightly mist your fungal zones every few days, especially under mulch. You can also cover the surface with old leaves or a thin layer of straw to help lock in moisture. Think of it as building a soft fungal blanket. dark, cool, and protected. Fungi build these vast underground networks that really take time to form. Every time you till or dig deeply, you end up destroying those delicate threads. So, to keep your fungal colonies thriving, practice minimal disturbance gardening. Instead of turning the soil, feed it from the top. Let organic matter accumulate naturally, and let fungi do the mixing for you. Over time, your soil will develop that rich, loose texture you can dig with your hands. That's the power of fungi: slow, steady, and transformative. Gardeners often think in terms of feeding plants, but the real secret is feeding the soil life that supports them. Fungi, in particular, love a steady diet of carbon-rich materials and mild fungal foods like diluted compost tea, molasses water, or humic acid. A great maintenance solution is to mix 1 teaspoon of molasses per gallon, or about 4 liters, of water and use it to water your fungal zones once a month. It's like giving your soil a light dessert, just enough to keep the decomposers happy and active without throwing the system off balance. You can also sprinkle a little rock dust or wood ash occasionally for minerals, but, avoid synthetic fertilizers or harsh chemicals. Those can kill off the delicate fungal life you're trying to nurture. Healthy fungal activity is easy to spot once you know what to look for: white mycelium spreading across mulch, soft crumbly humus under decomposing wood, and a rich earthy smell are all signs that your soil is alive. Even mushrooms popping up after rain are a good sign. They're simply the fruiting bodies of your underground fungal network. It means your soil food web is thriving and turning raw organic matter into long-lasting humus. Once fungi dominate your soil, everything changes. You'll find your soil holding moisture longer, draining better, and producing plants that are stronger and more resilient. Humus-rich soil also locks in carbon, making your garden a small but powerful carbon sink. Once established, fungal communities sustain themselves. They, continuously break down fallen leaves and organic debris into fresh humus year after year. All you have to do is keep feeding and protecting them. Building humus through rotting fungi isn't just about faster plant growth, it's about creating a living system that regenerates itself. Every layer of mulch, every sprinkle of fungal tea, and every patch of undisturbed soil adds to a legacy of health, fertility, and balance. So the next time you see white fungal threads under your mulch, smile. That's nature's quiet army, turning yesterday's waste into tomorrow's life. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Master Gardener and share this video with fellow growers. Let's keep spreading the knowledge that builds living soil and thriving gardens, one fungal thread at a time.